Brazil meet Mexico. Do not step on the German team is an argument today. Tonight, Brazil will play against representatives from Central America in the round of 1 to 8. If you are not careful, the Tite Teacher School teacher will probably face the worst scenario. Russian journalists rioting in the press center when the home team won 11 meters. Russian journalists in Samara rejoiced after the home team's victory and said it was a new chapter in football history. Football fans have witnessed many earthquakes in this year's World Cup. It was notable that Mexico's 1-0 victory over Germany on the day of the match. Chicharito and his teammates will now have a chance to make history in the face of Brazil. "We will not be sitting there and waiting," said Mexico's coach Juan Carlos Osorio in a press conference before the game. "We are quite happy with the idea that the team will play with at least 4 or 5 attacking players. Watch out for the code." Mexico was not very good at this year's competition, but they did surprise. Teams from Central America do not own many world-class stars but instead have an organized counter-attacking defense and a face-to-face matchup approach, including teams Big Ball, Irving Lozano, Chicharito. Miguel Layún plays a very important role in the tactics of coach Juan Carlos Osorio. With a 4-3-3 formation, Mexico played the game and took advantage of the loopholes of your defense with fast pace down mixed phases. Central American team has officially become the umbrella of the tournament after beating the former German champion and win the tickets in the round of 1/8. So do not be surprised if they play like nothing to lose against Brazil. It is difficult to split a team when you do not have many cards in hand. Highly skilled Mexican will not change his play due to lack of personnel, but that does not mean that they are caught and become dangerous. Tite coaches and students will certainly not give up the fight back to Mexico. However, while trying to find the goal, Selecao is likely to be involved in a back injury when Lozano and Layún are waiting in the wings. With Marcelo getting injured in the previous match and Danilo still not fully recovered, Wagner's defender Fidel Luis Felipe Luis is more or less a cause for doubt for fans of the yellow-green team. They will have to keep an eye on defending more in this match, instead of constantly raising the attack instinctively as other Brazilian defenders. Otherwise, Brazil will tread on the treadmill of the German team, and Joshua Kimmich is the most knowledgeable of this. It's time to forget Neymar on the Brazil side. Neymar superstar is undoubtedly still the most anticipated player. However, with poor performances in the group stages, perhaps the fans of this team must forget it. As a player who owns the technical superiority, but Neymar's lack of teammates has made Brazil face many times dangerous. The striker only had 18 successes out of a total of 42 dribbling sessions. He is also a record-setting 84 times in the group stage. On the attack side, with 56 goals in 88 appearances for the national team, it is understandable that Neymar became the #1 hope of the nation. In the group stages, however, the player is the one with the most opportunities, with 18 chances but only 1 goal. However, this has had a positive impact on Brazil. Typically, when Neymar did not shine, Selecao had other stars like Coutinho or Paulino speaking out for him. Coutinho is in good shape both in Barcelona and Brazil. He is an important player in the squad because of the pressure on Neymar's shoulder. Coutinho is on the line. Stand before the big chance to win the gold trophy, ESPN quoted Roberto Carlos as saying. It can be said, in recent matches, the role of Coutinho is much more expressive. Neymar, on the other hand, is receiving a lot of criticism for his intriguing personal style. Before the game, Coach Tite said he played very well in the Serbian match. "I told him we know where Neymar's level is with a record transfer fee. He did everything we could to get him from the defense, looking for goals to dribbling and running." In the match against Mexico tonight, Neymar will not be on the bench, but Brazilian fans should not be too expectant of the striker's performance. Brazil is no longer a one-man team, and too much dependence on the biggest star will cause them to collapse in front of their opponents. In addition, Neymar needs to minimize the ineffectiveness of his phase and more active in coordination with teammates, because the pace players in the wings of Mexico will certainly not miss the opportunity when the striker loses the ball. The statistics are completely in tune with the Tite trainers. According to Opta, Brazil and Mexico met a total of 40 times before. Specifically, Selecao won 23, drew 10 and lost only 7 matches. Meanwhile, the Central American team has not won in all 4 matches against Brazil in the World Cup, even they did not score any goals. In Brazil, they failed to qualify for the quarterfinals in the 1990 World Cup, and Selecao have won 14 games unbeaten since losing 0-0 to Argentina in June last year.